Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Zoe and today we're gonna do a full face of Catrice makeup. So I own quite a bit of Catrice makeup, but I've also recently bought some new things and I thought why not do a full face of everything Catrice so you guys can see what I like and what I don't, and I can kind of recommend some things for you guys. So I have some coffee here. I'm scared I'm gonna bump that over. So let's get started. I gathered everything that I have from Catrice. So I have 3 primers to choose from. This Catrice Clean ID Insta Bright Serum Primer, which I really like. I use that on a daily basis. Then the Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer. This one, I've never really used this except for once, but maybe I will get into that as soon as my other primers are done. And this one is newer. This I bought recently. It's the Smoother Plumping Primer Concentrate with vegan collagen. I think we're going to use this today since it's newest. I think most people can get this in store, and the other ones I'm not sure about if they still sell those. So it's a concentrate, so I'm not going to take too much. This is what I have on my finger. And I'm going to see how far that will bring me. Okay, bottom of my face, a little bit for the top. I do have to say, I don't know why this is called a concentrate because I still need quite a bit to do my face, but we'll see how it works. It smells like nothing. It doesn't have fragrance. I'm allergic to fragrance, so most products that have fragrance are not for me. But this is the first product that we tried, and now I want to go into foundation and concealer, but I have 2 foundations. This Clean ID Hydro BB Cream, which I do enjoy, but today I want to use the newest product that I own, and this is the New Drop Tinted Serum Foundation by Catrice, and this is in 001N. It has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E, and I want to try that, but the only concealer I own from Catrice is the Cover and Care, which is also pretty new. As you can see, if I hold them up next to one another, this is darker than the foundation, so I'm gonna do a bit of under concealing, which means I'm first gonna put on my concealer and gonna put my foundation over. I don't always do that, but that is the only way these 2 products will work together, because putting a darker concealer over a foundation will look real weird, so we're not going to do that. I always like to blend out my concealer with a little bit of setting spray on top, because 1, it will stay better, and 2, it will make it a little bit more soft. So I have 3 setting sprays from Catrice: the Clean ID Glow Prime and Fix Spray, the same one but the matte version. I have that in a mini, but also the bigger, but not here. And then we have the Catrice Ultra Last Fixing Spray. This is newer, I think. I'm gonna use the glow one right now. I'm gonna use the other one later, but I like my base to be a little bit glowy and healthy, because I have combo, but mostly dry skin, like dry combo. Yeah, dry to combo. That is what I have. So my T-zone can be oily, but most of the time my face will be a little bit drier, especially when it's everything but summer. So when I use a lot of powder and stuff like that, you will really see that on my skin. And that's why I like a little bit of glowier base. I do really like this concealer. It does crease a bit, however it does cover nicely, as you can see, and it feels really nice on the skin. It's not like harsh or anything, and it's also like covering care, so it's for sensitive skin. It is fragrance free, which I personally love. And now we're going to use this tinted serum, and I'm very curious to see how that works. First, I'm going to drop some on my hand and show you. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's very runny, so it's very thin, but that can be a good thing. And I'm going to go over that concealer that I already laid down to make sure that we have a nice like color match all over. Okay, do we see a difference? Oh, we definitely do. I did this part of my face. I didn't do this one yet, and not my forehead, but okay, first let's do the forehead. And let's see the difference if I have it on this side everywhere and not on the other side. I will also put it on my lips to show you the coverage, because if you put it on your lips, it's quite easy to see the coverage, especially because I have quite red lips. Oh no, I put it in my hair. Okay, so this is the difference one side to another. I actually like that it's not too like heavy of a coverage, but it definitely does something. And it actually matches my neck perfectly. I was kind of scared that this would be too light, but I always surprise myself with how light my skin is. I have very light skin with more of like a yellowy, golden, almost olivey undertone, if that's possible for such a light skin, because my skin tends to go a little bit yellow, a little bit green leaning almost, instead of pink. But because I'm so pale, you know, a lot of drugstore foundations only go like pink or neutral, and as of lately there have been warmer shades, like lighter shades that are warm tone, but mostly it's still but first it would be only pink, so I'm very happy that we now have neutral shades in the lighter department, because I could not get away with pinky shades. It was like looking so ugly on me, and now I'm better. Can use better products. Okay, let's finish this up, because I've been busy with my base for 8 minutes, and you guys probably also want to see different things than just this. So far, really like that product. Before I'm going to put on any powder, I want to use this as a cream blush stick, and it's the Cheek Flirt Face Stick in the shade Orange Peach. I do think I'm gonna like the shade, but I don't know if you can hear that, but it's kind of flimsy packaging, but maybe you get what you pay for. I don't know. So I always like to put it on my hand the first time I use a new cream cheek product, because you don't want to put on too much right away. And if you put it on your hand first, it's a little bit more manageable. Okay, I like that. Do the same thing for the other hand, cheek. A little bit more. Okay, that's the cream blush done. I really think that's pretty. A little bit of blush from within. We are going to put on powder blush as well, but so far I like every product. I don't know if the primer does much. That's the only one I'm like, don't know if I'm crazy about it. But now we're going to powder, and we have two powders, I believe. We have a loose powder, and I bought this thinking it was the lightest shade, but it's actually the translucent one. Because the store lighting was so terrible that I couldn't see the difference between a light yellow and a translucent powder. This is the All Matte Plus Shine Control powder. I'm normally not too much into a translucent powder for the reason that most of the time they do give me flashback. But we'll see how this one works. It is nice and light, so it doesn't really like look too much of a powder on my skin, which I enjoy because, as I said, I have drier skin, and if you go over with like a super like powdery powder, most of the time that's not real good. Okay, I also own this one, the Catrice Light Illusion loose powder. I do use this sometimes and I actually like it. I have it in the yellow, the brightening shade, but today I wanted to use this since I haven't used that much. It's, by the way, in the shade Universal, and this is in the shade Yellow Matte. Okay, now let's get into the rest of the face, and I want to hurry up a bit. So I have two bronzers. This one, the Clean ID, I don't always love that one, and this is newer. It's the Catrice Sun Glow Matte Bronzing Powder, water resistant, medium to dark earth skin. The problem was they only had two shades left in this, and it was the medium to dark medium and the medium to dark universal. So I swatched both of them in store, which is not always, like, as I said, the store lighting was pretty terrible. But the medium one, it seemed much more orange, and this was a little bit more cool toned and matched my skin a little bit better. So I was like, okay, gonna try this because they didn't really have any other bronzers except for a really glowy one, which I like a glowy bronzer, but not one that looks like a highlighter. So I'm just doing my normal like bronzing pattern. And I'm just putting a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my forehead, like that. Blend that out a little. See if that's something. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, that blends in quite beautifully. It's quite easy to work with, if I'm honest. I don't have any complaints about it so far, especially for the fact that it's actually like 5 shades too dark probably. But I really like the consistency of it. It looks like literally a matte bronzer, but actually like it. I like it. This is something I could see myself using much more often. Now this is where my obsession kind of kicks in, because so far I had like 3 products in every category, but now that we get to blush, I have quite a few blushes from Catrice. I do love blush. Oh, and I have this face palette, which we're not going to use because it's old and I can't recommend it to you guys. So I have 2 of the blush boxes. I have 2 of those Air ones, Air Glow blushes. And then I have these 2 older ones and 2 of this, what is this? Some sort of collection in carton packaging. But today we're gonna go for one of these because it's a little bit newer. But now I'm thinking this or this. I think we're gonna go for this one today. It's the one in Coral Sky. These are, I haven't used this on my face except for I used the other one, the Cloud Wine one yesterday. I really like the way it looked, but I do have to say, like, I have like 1 day of experience with them, so not like I really know how they work. Although I do have to say one thing. If I use this brush, which I kind of always use for blush, it is very powdery. Not on the face and not on the brush, but in the pan, there's a lot of powder buildup. So don't open these sideways because your whole pans will be covered in blush powder. But if you like open them right up or the right way up, and you kind of every now and then blow or like fan the excess product away, you'll be fine. I always like to put my blush on my nose a bit so it ties everything in. Now it looks like a lot of blush, but I always like to trust the process and adjust at the end. So I like this so far. Let's give it some time to settle in. And we're gonna do highlighter in a bit, but right now I want to do brows. I'm gonna do my brows off camera because it takes me like hours to do my brows, and that's not interesting for you guys to see. So I'll be right back. And we're back. Obviously I used a Catrice product for my brows. This is the Catrice Brow Powder Set in shade 010. I don't know if it has a name. Ash Blonde. Well, I'm very much not an ash blonde. Well, today I am. I do highlight my hair. Okay, let's go to the next part. Let's do some highlighter. I used to have this one, the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in Beyond Golden Glow, and I really liked it. And for the longest time, I really wanted to buy the other two shades, and 2 days ago, I finally caved and bought Ultimate Platinum Glaze. Wow, my speech is great today. And Supreme Rose Beam. And I haven't been into pinky highlights for like the longest time. Like most of my highlights are champagne shades, yellow shades, white gold shades, stuff like that. But I really wanted to get back into a pink highlighter because I am very convinced that it doesn't look good on me. But I think maybe that's just something that is in my head. And also, I learn about makeup every day and what looks good on me and what doesn't. And some things just don't look good on me if they aren't put on right. So maybe I just learned enough right now to actually make pink highlighter work for me. And it's also, I think, a little bit more back into makeup fashion. So that is the pink highlighter. I actually really like it. I know I love this formula. I mean, such a beautiful glowy formula. But I actually really think this shade is really pretty as well. It is like super reflective, so it almost doesn't look pink. But if I hold it up next to the other one, wait, let me open that for you guys. Then you can see that it definitely has a pink tone. I want to use the other one, the lightest one as well, just to show you guys a little bit of how it works. So I'm going to put that on the high point of the nose and on a little bit right here. And especially, I always like to highlight the Cupid's bow quite a bit. There's never enough highlighter on your face. So that is how the highlight looks. I really recommend all of these. Any shade you want. Super pretty. Then we're gonna go into eyes. Let's first do some fixing spray for the face because as soon as I've done my eyes, wow. Can you see how wet my face is? This is aggressive. Oof. Like, I don't know if you can see, but do you see how aggressive that is? My hand is like literally wet. Okay, I'm happy that I didn't put this on after mascara because my mascara would be all over my face. It says to make the makeup last for 18 hours, so I'm very curious to see how that works. I'm not going to wear it for 18 hours, but we'll see how long it lasts. Our eyes, because I don't want this video to be 5 hours long, so let's do it quick. I have 4 palettes by Catrice. I used to already own this one. I recently bought this one, the purple one. This is called Blue Smoky Look, and this is Diamond Lavender Look. I recently bought this one, the Nude palette, and then I have this Catrice Nude Darling palette, which is a big palette, really pretty. Looks like a little bit of a crossover between the 3 neutral palettes from Huda together. I think what I want to do today is get into this nude palette because I know has been a little bit of the hype recently. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with a bit of the leftover foundation. My skin looks like super wet right now, but there's like specks of wetness all over my face. So I don't know if I really like that setting spray so far, but we'll see. I just set my eyes with a little bit of powder, and I'm gonna take the lightest shade from this palette, the lightest matte, to set it a bit more. With this brush, the Real Techniques one, the shadows, the lightest shadow is a little bit powdery. The other shadows don't seem to have that problem. I don't mind a little bit of a powdery eyeshadow as long as it doesn't powder all over my face, which this doesn't, as far as I can see. These eyeshadows blend really beautifully. I mean, I have like expensive eyeshadows that don't blend as well as this one. Look at that, what a blend. I'm actually now using the shade that's a tiny bit darker, but still, I mean, how quickly am I doing this look right now? Let's see if we're still even. Oh, this needs a little bit of this. So I'm using the medium to dark shades. I mean medium to brown shades right now. And now I'm gonna go into the darkest brown and just gonna put that in the actual crease and then blend that into the rest of the eye. Do you guys see how easy that blended? I mean, look, I'm gonna be a bit closer. So I placed it and then I'm gonna blend it. And it's blended. I mean, how easy did that blend? That is like almost miraculous. I'm gonna take the lightest shade, kind of blend the edges because sometimes my like lashes are in the way of that. And I'm gonna take the lightest brown shade, so the second matte shade, and just blend that out. So let me say what I was talking about. This is the lightest matte shade. Then we have this light brown, this deeper brown, and this darkest brown. It really looks super blended, beautiful, everything. I'm actually super happy with how these mattes look. So let's test out the shimmers, which is kind of scary because normally I always put on a glitter glue before applying shimmers. But what I'm going to do today is I just wetted my finger a little bit with that setting spray, and I hope that does something. I'm going into the darkest shimmer shade all over the lid because I always like to put a little bit of darker base that matches my crease and then build lightness on top of it. And then I'm going to go into the largest shimmer shade. I'll point them out later, but I kind of want to be a little bit not filming for 3 hours because it's not too interesting for you guys to look at. So that is the shimmers. I'm not going to use all the shimmers, but I used this darkest shade and then this lightest shade, and now I want to use the very, very lightest shade in my inner corner. And I'm curious to see how that works because a lot of shades don't show up in my inner corner well enough. Ooh, that really showed up. This is a very nice shimmer. I mean, look at that. It just like came to the party right away. Okay, pretty. Okay, so we use that shimmer shade right in the corner for the inner corner highlight. Okay, so I do really like every eyeshadow palette that I've tried from Catrice that came out in last year, but I know sometimes they can be a little bit hit or miss. This palette I think is really wonderful. I mean, if you're looking for a good nude palette, look no longer further, whatever. I also have this new mascara because I came home thinking I owned a Catrice mascara. I bought everything. I bought like another blush, which I really didn't need because I knew I had like 300 blushes. But I was very convinced I owned a Catrice mascara, and then I came home and apparently I very much didn't anymore. I used it up, which is a good sign, but it was kind of annoying because I couldn't film this video. So I went out and bought a Catrice mascara yesterday, and I found this one and I was kind of intrigued, so I thought, why not try it? This is the Catrice Glam and Dull Lash Colorist, and it says if you use this for 2 weeks straight, your actual lashes are gonna be darker, so it like colors your lashes. It is not the most like volumizing mascara, but if you're looking for a lengthening, separating mascara, I think this could be really nice for you. So if you're looking for volume, it's not gonna be it. If you're looking just for like nice separation, I think you could definitely get used to this one. Okay, and it like colors your lashes. So if you have really light lashes, maybe this could be something for you. My lashes aren't super light, but the edges are, so maybe this will give me like the look of a fuller lash. Okay, so we are done with everything face. Now let's put something on the lips. I have a lot of Catrice lip products, and I just realized that one of the products is in my bag. So wait one sec. Okay, so we're back. I have a lot of Catrice lip products. Some of my favorite are these from the Pita line, but they no longer sell them. So today I'll use products that are actually still sold. First one is the Plumping Liner in the shade, what are you called? Hello? Oh, Stay Seductive. And this is a bright pink. I don't want to overline, but probably sometimes I just do and I don't mean to. Okay. And then I want to put this super light lipstick over, which is the Vegan Collagen Matte in the shade, what are you? Be Gorgeous. And I still want to have a little bit of that gradual, you know what I mean. And then I have this newer gloss, the Plump It Lip Booster, and I have it in the shade Illusion of Perfection, which is like a purpley shifty shade. Okay, do I like that? I think I do. So this is the finished look, a full face of Catrice, nothing else. I hope you liked this video and I hope it helped. If you want to see any products reused or other products that you didn't see used in this video, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!